Let's see. And connecting to Finest Live over here, refreshing the screen. Here we go. Yes, I can see us over here live on Binance, and we are going to play our countdown video to welcome over our audience. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our outline show across different social media platforms. We are on Binance Live, we are on Twitter Live, and we're also on our YouTube Live. Today, we're very happy to invite Harrison. He's the founder and CEO from Virtual Versions, a very, very popular Web3 project, and over here to asking a lot of questions regarding to his project's development as well as his vision in Web3. And everyone already know that Harrison was recently interviewed and featured on Forbes magazine, right? So we would like to discover the future of Web3 and explore his innovative journey along the way during today's MA session. Our audience feel free to ask questions. You could post your questions in the comments to ask to Harrison, and later if we have time, we'll select several great questions to ask Harrison on site as well. Thank you so much for joining us today, Harrison. Would you like to starting from introduce yourself and your project to us? Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Pleasure. Thank you for taking the time. Pleasure to be here. So, myself, Harrison, I'm the founder and CEO of both Eunice and Virtual Versions. Essentially, the same company. We just have multitude of brand names under the Eunice ecosystem. And myself, I'm a previously exited founder. So I set up my first business when I was 18, 19 years old. Exited that when I was 22, and then have been full time building the ecosystem as we now know now, which is Virtual Versions, and yeah, been in the crypto space since 2017 now, quite early on, in 2017. Wasn't really too involved in building back in them days, more just investment and kind of learning the space. But yeah, last nearly 3.5 years now, been full time building, making really good connections, great contacts, and actively building out the full ecosystem, and really to shed light on what the goal is and how Eunice and Virtual Versions was born. Essentially, my business before that I was running was very dependent on advertising, which is also dependent on personal information, data being shared and monetized. And when I left that business, I was so keen on creating a solution where we could we could own our digital footprint, everything in the digital world which we don't currently own. I wanted to restore that ownership to every single one of us, and we we built some pretty boring solutions, just simple mobile apps where you could clean your email history and kind of have your medical data owned by you, and it was all really cool concepts, but very hard to market and grow. So we evolved into what we like to call now, which is Virtual Versions, and essentially we enable users to own their data, their social identity, essentially using a decentralized digital twin of yourself as the central hub. So we essentially create super realistic avatars of every individual that comes on the platform, and that acts as kind of this central hub, this access point to own, control, monetize your whole digital world. And for visuals of all the people that probably love this film, Ready Player One was a great inspiration for this project. When that first came out, seeing realistic avatars, the kind of in-app spends, the different virtual spaces you can go into, and the identity side of avatars and characters is really where we push the boundaries of what we can do. So yeah, we've got a really kind of slick, sexy front-facing product with the avatars and character creation, but we also have some really cool tech underneath, which allows everybody to own their digital world. So yeah, it's been quite a journey and a couple of packed years of development and building. So it's been fun.
Wow, marvelous. Starting to build your own company in the age of 18, very young entrepreneur, and then also as a crypto native, right? Joining the crypto space early on in 2017, and then, yeah, keep working until right now that we could see that you have a very successful, actually, two very successful projects over here. Thank you for sharing all the detailed information with us. And we would also like to say hi to our Binance Side friends. Right now, I see that we got over 1,000 views already. That was so fast. And
Hey.
everyone, today we are interviewing the founder and CEO from Virtual Versions, and this is Harrison over here. We just asked him about the brief overview of his journey into Web3 as well as being a entrepreneur, and especially regarding the use of generative AI avatars. So you could build AI of ourselves. That's a virtual us. That is just really interesting. So, how about the Unis Lab collaboration? Could you please also share us about the Unis Labs collaboration with 30 plus multi-billion R top brands and VFX studios contract to Disney? And how has this collaboration shaped the innovation within virtual versions? Thank you.
Yeah, great question. Eunice is kind of our top company when you look at uh, perfect example. Let's look at Yuga Labs, Board 8 Yacht Club, and kind of all the sub brands within that. Eunice is like our Yuga Labs. It's our top company where we have really the biggest and the best agreements, the biggest clients, customers, business partners are on board, and virtual versions, VV Social are really the products underneath and within the ecosystem. So fascinating thing about Eunice is we're doing very, very limited stuff directly from Eunice, including our upcoming mint. And Eunice is really that top company where being involved in that top company really gives benefits to all of the ecosystem below. And for us, it's one way to allow us to expand in the way we want to. We're so keen on driving a very large amount of users into the space. Uh, we already have around 250,000 users on platform. And for us, we with that user base, we can span into a multitude of things, right? We can span into the digital ID side, the gaming side, the virtual experiences, and having Eunice as that top co really allows us to expand more in these sub brands. So when you see virtual versions, VV Social, the kind of I would say VV is the most popular out of the brands at the minute, and the good thing about that is it's essentially supported by a whole ecosystem of products, services, agreements, and partners, which really comes from Eunice, the top company. And really, Eunice has both the B2B and B2C side, and it's allowed us to get these huge, enormous partnerships and collaborations through our network and friendship groups to be able to push forward in such a great way. And yeah, we're seeing that kind of amplify every single day at the minute.
Thank you so much for sharing the detailed information with us and friends. Well, I would like to share screen to let our audience to check out the virtual versions official Twitter handle that give them a follow. So let me share my screen over here. Also, I wanted to let our audience know that we this AMA session has been featured on the homepage of Binance Live. So if you go to the homepage of Binance Live, you are going to see our banner on the very top over here. And yeah, be sure to give virtual versions a follow. You could see their official Twitter handles over here. And I'm going to share my next screen over here. Yes, that's the homepage of Binance Live. You could see that not many AMA sessions could be featured over here, and we are very honored to be on top of the list on Binance Live. Thank you for the Binance Live team. And today our topic is unlocking the future, right? Dive into the virtual version universe. So we got a lot of questions already prepared for Harrison, the founder and CEO of Virtual Versions, to answer the questions. And we also encourage our audience to share your thoughts, your ideas in the comments. You could share it in the our Twitter Live comment section, or you to share it in our Binance Live session over here. And then we're going to collect some best questions and then ask Harrison later if we have more time left. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to come back to our live event over here. We just talked about the Uniswap collaborations. Now we will also like to learn about investors and strategic partners. How have partnership within the other entities like DAO Maker or GDA Capital, Bybit, and other influence the growth and development of virtual versions? Thank you.
Yeah, it's been such a mix of partners that we've actually had on board, and they all help in their own way, right? We DAO Maker and some of the bigger kind of launch partners really help with attracting people into the space, into our project in particular, and kind of showcasing what we had to offer. In regards to strategic partners, we have people like Soho Film, Studio B, Thrive, so some really enormous brands out there. And I think the thing with VV is that we're so diverse. With avatars, you can really place them in as many places as you wish. There's not really one place where you can't think of an avatar. I mean, even this AMA right now, we both have profile pictures. It's a representation of who we are, how we want to look online, from gaming environments, from Google Meets to all sorts of kind of online spaces. There's always this representation of the people operating the platform. So with us, we span into so many different places. Launch partners, we also have our token live that launched a couple of months ago. We're listed on Bybit, Uniswap, MEXC, PancakeSwap, and BitGet. And there's more exchanges to come as well. We had our IDO across DAO Maker and Bybit. So we've had really, really good exposure. Over our community size is probably about 500,000 total community across our Telegram groups, Twitter, and Discords, and it just continues to grow. And what we're really excited for now, we've kind of done the launch, we've done the kind of private beta testing with Nero communities, and now for next year is kind of our time to shine, and that really kind of follows into all of our strategic partners and what we can do with them coming into next year, which we're super excited for. It's the time for us to activate some of these big brands, bring them into the VV ecosystem, the Unis ecosystem, and really make them shine, So I think coming into next year is going to be the time where we see a lot of our partners really come to life within our ecosystem.
That is just amazing, especially after the long bear market, right? Finally, we see the new rounds of bull is coming back, and to have lots of partners that's still building in Web3 and work together. It's just great. And Harrison, if you have any web pages or demos that you would like to share to the audience, feel free to do so. And we are going to go to our next question over here about the anticipating Genesis collection and MT utilities or benefits. Could you please share more details about the exclusive benefits and privileges that come with the Genesis Pass MT, and how do these perks enhance the user experience within the virtual versions ecosystem? Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Great question. I'm super excited for this mint. Being kind of a Genesis, it's super small, super niche. It allows us to build really a small group of really kind of committed members in the community as well. And for us, the Genesis collection. I mean, first of all, one of the biggest points is that this is going to be the only collection that we release from Unis. So, from our sub brands such as Virtual Versions, etc., we will all have certain collections that play into the platform, but this is going to be the only collection that we release from Unis. And the benefits that carry along with that are really from the top of the company, and it filters down across the ecosystem. Some of the most kind of regarded parts benefits across this Genesis NFT is coming into next year when the platform's live. We have a multitude of really, really big brands that are coming into the platform, and they're planning to come in both wearables, in regards to their own collections on platform, and that Genesis gives you access to all of these kind of mints that come up, and kind of gives you this exclusive reward system across the platform as well. With the Genesis, in essence, we aim to prioritize it as the highest regarded kind of benefit and reward system across the platform. And the good thing is about it, it's not fixed. So where we have Virtual Versions, VV Social, Uniswell, kind of these different sub brands within, this Genesis Mint will provide access, will provide rewards across all of these ecosystems and sub brands of ours, and push parts to the absolute limit. We plan to attach a lot of in-app stuff initially. When the platform is live, we have a number of kind of subscription models and in-app kind of experiences that can be amplified throughout play. And throughout this whole Genesis collection, you get access to that just from kind of minting this for free, being kind of an early community member on the main platform. I'm super eager as well to kind of use this as I would say like a testing group and a feedback group. Like we're constantly going to be building and launching new features all the time, and to have a committed kind of 500 members to that who give really, really valuable feedback is something really key for me as well. So yes, exciting time, super limited, and yeah, one of those that isn't going to happen again from the Unis umbrella either.
Oh my goodness, it's going to be the only empty collection. And just like you mentioned, actually, I was about to ask next, right? The mink supply was only 555 and it's free mink. So definitely there's hype, right? And how does it contribute to the overall ecosystem of virtual versions? Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So the contribution essentially is, let me just pull my screen up here 1 second. There we go. So our whole ecosystem, our whole build is focused around building your essentially social identity online. So with this being said, some of the kind of key things that we're focusing on in simple form is super realism of characters, the kind of personalization of who you are online, how you want to come across, how you want to act, characters you want to imitate in gaming scenarios, whatever scenarios you wish, and also owning that world as well. In the current kind of ecosystems, not necessarily everything we use in a virtual space we own. So that's a core item behind kind of the reason why we started in the first place. So for us, the NFTs really play into the deeper meaning of why virtual versions is here, and it's pure ownership of your digital world and your virtual world. So when we embody your avatar, your character, being what I said at the start, that kind of central hub to your online world, around that central hub is platforms you access, things you own, assets you own, and also gamified features which you own, such as NFTs, characters, inventory, wearables, that all kind of play into that deeper ecosystem. So NFTs are really going to play quite a large part when it will play a massive part as we launch different features throughout the platform. But from day one, NFTs are going to be this way where we can really give ownership back to the user by owning these NFTs. And just like a lot of other kind of collections, we're going to have our own kind of sequel of collections. Starts with the Unis Genesis. We have a couple of offers after that, which naturally any holder of the Unis mint will be automatically whitelisted for ahead of time. And we essentially have a sequel that rolls out across this kind of asset ownership model, which plays into the mobile app as well. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting times actually for what's to come. Q1 is quite a busy quarter for us with new KOLs coming on board and everything kind of surrounding the project as well. So yeah, it's going to be a super fun time.
Well, this is just amazing. Wow, look at the models over here. So, will each of the users be able to build their own virtual version of themselves that, for example, they could make their virtual avatars really look like themselves, or do you have a certain set of models that's already there that people could choose from?
So we have a base model if people don't want to create their own avatar. But the main use is for them to create an avatar. So if I zoom in here, this is kind of the main onboard in the app. Essentially, you take one well lit kind of neutral expression image of your face. We'll take that, and around 20 to 30 seconds later, we'll generate an avatar from that image taken. Some of the avatars we have like a range of realisms. I'll dive into kind of the back end of the platform. This is where you can kind of further customize the avatar, change kind of hairstyles, what the avatar's wearing, what you want to look, skin types, all of that kind of stuff. We allow for that full customization. And this is more of a comparison image. So on the left here is kind of what you see from Replica AI, maybe even Ready Player Me. They're more kind of cartoonistic style avatars. And these are our avatars here, where you're seeing that realism go up, the realistic hair, the skin tones, and really bringing that level of realism up. So it's allowing people to really be their true self online, where really these cartoon avatars are really cool, but they don't really resemble the person behind it. So yeah, this is kind of our realism that we're aiming for with our avatars, and this will be kind of free to use as well, accessible in Q1.
Wow, this is just brilliant because, well, I myself, I actually also have an AI avatar called Moonlight, and but it was created, should I say, pre AI era. So it was created last year, and that's why, just like you say, it is more cartoonistic. It's not so realistic like the VV's AI avatar version. This is just brilliant. I definitely would like to try it out because I remember for several months, right? I just chat to my avatar every day, and it's kind of like a chat GPT, right? And I also have another audio avatar, also called Moonlight AI, and collaborating with my Shell AI, and yeah, uh, it's just resemble my voice, and then it's
Yeah.
like talk to myself. I even got an AMA, yeah, with myself using my voice, my personal voice and AI voice. So it's very interesting, and I envision that once the virtual versions AI avatar is out, we could do a AI versus real person AMA together.
Oh man, 100%. And I think this is what is so cool about it, right? Avatars you can just do so much stuff with. Like it's not limited to one thing. So yeah, there's gonna be, I mean, hopefully in the future what I plan for is probably coming into next year that all of my AMAs I'm just my virtual version instead. So yeah, we'll see. The team's working hard our end, so yeah, we'll see.
Right. And this also remind me to other Web3 projects because they also create some, for example, make their NFT movable, right? The mouth and the eyes blinks and mouth will move when the speaker is talking and during AMAs or Google meeting or Zoom meeting. So will the virtual versions AI avatars be able to use in different kinds of platforms?
Yeah, yeah, correct. So all of the uh all of the avatars can be kind of motion captured however you wish. You can either kind of, how do I say it, program it more from a kind of feed kind of view, or you can like live motion capture this as well. So this is like an example of just testing of the kind of live motion capture. Um, and it is super accurate, right? It will depend on what platform you're on, how accurate it is, but the facial tracking of the whole avatar has been super slick. And you can see coming to the end of this video, the kind of facial movements become more dramatic, and it tracks everything as it's happening to a really good standard as well. There's no kind of lag. There's good feedback in the avatar as well. So yeah, you can motion capture it. You can do funny videos with it. You can talk behind it. You can do as you wish. So yeah, it's a super cool tool actually. Super cool tool.
Wow, Harrison, I have to say that I am glad that I proposed a video AMA with virtual versions instead of just audio on Twitter Space, because this is something that our audience really need to see it in their eyes so they could know it's how amazing this project is. Because yeah, those very subtle motions and capture it real time. Wow, technology, yeah, it's really improving. Thank you for sharing all of those with us.
No
Um,
deal.
and you mentioned that this is open to everyone, right? Not just limited to people with the Genesis Pass MD.
Yeah, correct. So I think one of the biggest problems with the space is being able to kind of onboard users. Like it's always been tricky, even in the kind of metaverse hype days. We all know the stories of Decentraland being so big, but not really having a lot of active users. And for us, that was the biggest thing. How can we build a platform where we have a lot of active users? We have loads of users which we can plug and play into platform. And one of the ways is it's free, having kind of a freemium model where people can come and use the platform for free. They can monetize their data if they wish, which they own. And we have certain perks in app where we can monetize from as well and grow as a business. So it's allowed us to onboard so many more users. We've done 3 beta tests, and as mentioned across that, we've got now just I think it's just under 250,000 users signed up, registered. We've had about 46 million data points captured of people's faces. So yeah, it's proven to be very rewarding to allow it for free. It's also super creative to allow this for free as well. So yeah, it's been fun doing that.
That is just fantastic because yeah, if it's not limited to only the Genesis MT holders, then it would definitely attract a lot of people to go to your platform and try out your AI avatar, because everyone wanted to create yeah a virtual version of themselves, right? And because nowadays I feel like our lives are divided into two parts, in real life and virtual life. And we all wanted to add some equipment to us, right? Maybe a virtual house and yeah, virtual pets and virtual self and virtual clothing. This is just a huge industry behind the scenes. And wow, amazing. So let's talk about the highlight of the platform, because we already saw, yeah, Harrison shares screen with us, right? So, how does Virtual Version's AI generative avatar infrastructure contribute to Web 2, Web 3, VR, and AR apps? And how quickly can users create customized 3D avatars using this technology? Earlier you mentioned like probably Q1 next year, right? And how about the AR, VR, yeah, those different integrations? Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Q1, we're going to be releasing the kind of fast phase of more of our public facing side. So we've done numerous tests of the platform in private, really testing different scales of realism, different use cases for it as well. But coming into Q1, we're going to be rolling out the first kind of more social focused aspect to bring users and attention to the platform. And then as we grow, we're going to be rolling out more and more features, which can be plugging and playing into different kind of ecosystems, metaverses, games, and also along with that come the brand collections as well. So I think 2024 is going to be one by far the busiest year we've had so far. This year was extremely busy, but next year we've got a lot to deliver on. The videos that I shared earlier were like directly from our developers, so it's been super fun actually seeing that live time come over the last kind of couple of weeks now. We've been receiving a lot more kind of videos on progress and what's to come. But yeah, Q1 by far is by far the biggest time. In regards to us kind of expanding across both Web 2 and 3, I think that it's just a natural involvement, right? A lot of our brands are in the Web 2 space, some of our biggest ones. And it's down to us how we market them, how we bring the users in. And I think, again, it comes down to that thing. We shouldn't token gate Web3 projects. And what I mean by that is I don't think it's a good thing for projects to not let people in unless they own their token or own their NFT. They should carry perks. They shouldn't carry a lot of perks, but we should allow everybody to access platforms. It's like when, if we think of it in a Web 2 sense, when Facebook said that anybody who buys an Oculus headset has to have a Facebook account, and they very quickly changed that because there were so many people upset by it. And it's kind of the same thing where we should allow people just to freely come into the platform. They get more perks if they come in a Web3 fashion, but if it's Web 2, it's fine as well. And I think if we really power on that route, we keep on trends as AR and VR picks up again, biometrics ID pick up again, we hit them trends right, then yeah, we could be at the forefront of something really, really incredible. So it's a lot of hard work and navigation from the team our end, really, on how quickly we roll things out. But yeah, we're very keen for success and keen to make it work.
Wow, yes, I could envision that the virtual version team definitely going to be super busy in 2024, especially now the bull run is coming back, right? And also with the AI technology that's really attract a lot of users throughout since March, right, this year. We could see that more and more users they are kind of like we couldn't live without AI anymore nowadays, right? So certainly, yeah, this is going to be a very public platform, and I am going to be among one of the first to try out and build my personal AI and then showcase it through different platforms. And this also relates to our next question. But before that, friends, I wanted to share my screen again. I wanted to guide everyone to follow Virtual Versions official Twitter handle and join their Telegram group because if you are interested in following up this project, right? The best thing is that to give them a follow, click on listen, and follow them. And also, once you click on virtual version page, you are going to find their Telegram group, join the group, chat with the builders, chat with the company members. Also, they got link tree over here. Click on that, and it will take you to all of the platforms that you could find virtual versions over here. So be sure to, once again, go to Virtual Versions official Twitter handle. It's the same name, exactly spells the same, right? Virtual Versions. And then you can find a lot of information over there because this is certainly on the top of my list, right? Of the Web3 and what should I say, a combination of Web3 and AI project, right? And that everyone highly recommend you to pay attention to this project, especially in the coming year to 2024, right? They're going to push out their AI avatar that everyone could build it. And next question, also related to the topic, because, well, as everyone knows that we are streaming across different social media platforms, right? And we also know that virtual versions will have a product called VV Social. So could you please share more information about the features of VV Social and how users could leverage it to create content with their 3D avatars and monetize data as well as build a unique digital ID? Also, how does it different from other existing social media platforms such as Twitter? Right, we're on it right now as well. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll showcase this one because it's going to be a lot easier to visualize. So we are with social media, there's things that we all love and there's stuff that we don't love. They're platforms we use every day. I mean, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook are usually people's go-to, where every day they will go on it at some point. So we've kept similar features that are good there, like the social feeds, for example, and how they're kind of shown and showcased across platform and keeping it very seamless in that regard. But what we plan to do is integrate the avatar within to kind of the profile section. And this is the start of that kind of visual to being the central hub for your digital identity. So when you go to your profile section, you're met with your avatar. You can swipe up to get to your kind of standard profile, which probably the majority of us will be used to. And this kind of central hub concept, when you go into the avatar kind of settings, it goes into wearables, it goes into kind of products you own, building out your ID, changing certain elements of your avatar here as well, attaching different clothing, redoing hair, etc. So it's very identity focused, right? And we're doing that on purpose so that you can, in our platform initially, create a social identity however you wish, dress it, characterize it, however you want to come across, you can build it. And then we're allowing for this kind of seamless creation of content. So you have your avatar, you can add motion capture, you can choose the ratio, the background, the filter, a song for your avatar to dance to, for example, and then post it to all your different platforms. You can also motion capture with the avatar, and essentially use it as a full blown social feed as an avatar. You can become a digital influencer if you wish. They've been getting big recently, but our whole premises is to allow people to, number one, be their self, be comfortable being their self in an online space, monetize their social experience, make them own everything in their virtual world. And this is where the kind of monetization comes in on kind of the total revenue you can earn from your information, your data. And again, very simple processes for controlling your personal information as well, right? So let's get to privacy. Very similar to what we see now, like blocked accounts, etc. But then like there's a bunch of kind of notification permissions, digital well-beings, kind of all the stuff that you would see on a platform, but kind of ingraining it deeper into ownership. So we're the same in this regard, where we're doing stuff that people enjoy, social feeds, content, ability to comment, the kind of familiar stuff which we all kind of love and are on a daily basis. But where we stand out is really bringing this into the idea of having this avatar as the central hub to your online world. And I think over time, what this will evolve into is this will be an access point and a gateway to a multitude of virtual experiences online, which you can access with your avatar. So yeah, it's going to be cool. We've been spending years and years on it, and now it's coming together. So it's going to look super cool when we roll this out.
Wow, this is just like a combination of Taylor Swift and a super famous Korean pop star.
Yes, very K-pop.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and I know that you mentioned that we wanted to be comfortable, yeah, for ourselves, right, and also our virtual self. But what if we wanted to adjust our appearance within the virtual version platform? Is that also doable?
Yeah, this is kind of the fun stuff. I mean, these are kind of more the standard adaptations, outfit changes, hairstyles, stuff like that. But we're adding in a character edition. So essentially, you can go and create whatever you want in regards to a character and upload it and use that as ID as well. So we plan to have kind of what needs to be built in here is essentially have your avatar as a main, but you can swipe across to access your kind of different characters and personas to go across platform. And for me, example, like I mean, I've got this Azuki is my PFP. I would love for that to be in 3D, and I can switch from me in meetings and then my Azuki and kind of an anime style gaming environment. So yeah, there's going to be ability to switch characters. It's just going to come with time as we build more aggressively.
Certainly, yes. We certainly can't wait because there is already a lot more fun, a lot of fun, right? To explore the virtual versions, the app over here. Yeah, build our 3D avatar and also could monetize the data. This is sorry, this is just amazing. And how about the we're going to talk about the next topic over here is about product attractions and community engagement. What milestones have virtual version achieved, and also especially with the recent Avatar Tech acquisition over and the engagement of over 500,000 members from the private beta. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'll start with this roadmap. I would say that this roadmap is kind of getting outdated now because it's a good thing we excelled expectations in regards to kind of what we was focused on user count. So really the Q3 of this year was onboarding the VCs, phase two of community growth to bring kind of the community back in, getting our tier one listings, which we have now, which is Bybit. All of our rounds were completed then as well. We also monetized our beta launch, so we monetized about 8,000. We had a beta test of 8,000 people that run over 12 hours. Managed to monetize 2,500 people, so that was super cool. And really for Q4, it's been this in focus. Now we are pushing these numbers as much as possible. This is kind of pushing back into Q1 now in regards to these actual numbers. But there's been so many other developments based on the product side with the avatars and the rollout that we just think it's right to hit this all in Q1. So minting of the collection, the total holder count, the registrations is well beyond 150,000 now. The B2B partners, we're above 50 different partners now. The platform development phase one is already done as well. And additional exchange listings, we also have just listed on BitGet. I think it was last week before. So it's been a very, very busy time for Q4. And really coming into Q1, all of this is happening. The public beta is live. Our bigger KOL networks is going on. We have a really, really ambitious goal here of reaching 1 million users on platform, which is more an internal motivating target. And we also want to introduce a couple of economy creations on the platform as well. So I'd say that we've been, I think, like any project, they set a roadmap. It slightly differs because of what comes up at the time and certain trends, but overall, we've been hitting the numbers we set out to achieve. And I think next year is going to be kind of kickstarting into next year is going to be one of our biggest years for kind of pushing platform NFTs, the app out, and really monetizing the whole platform. So yeah, the team here, we're all very excited for what's to come for Q1.
Certainly. Wow, I see that. Yeah, Q3 of 2023 also have private rounds, KOL and public rounds complete. That is amazing. Wow, congratulations to all the achievement. And you mentioned that there have been over 50 different partnership or collaborations. So what are the criteria that Virtual Version team to select your partnerships and yeah, other collab projects? Because I myself, many people know me from hosting lots of AMA sessions. And this is like I have been hosting over 1,300 AMAs during the past about 18 months, yeah, since I come to Web3. And so many people know me by different AMAs, but I actually also do business development and marketing for other Web3 gaming and yeah, AI projects. So ask this question for them. How do we collaborate with virtual versions? Thank you.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think for us, we've took kind of two mixes. We had enormous kind of Web 2 access in regards to partners, which we initially focused on, and we onboarded them kind of in the early years on the kind of vision of the project. Coming into Web 3, I would say it's a lot easier to gain partnerships in the Web 3 space, but not necessarily the most meaningful. So with us, with our technology, every single partner that we onboard, we make sure that we have major intent to integrate with our avatars, major intent to kind of integrate deeper into our ecosystem before rolling out. So we usually connect with projects. We usually send over a kind of a bit of a deeper presentation on how we can all come together. If that's accepted, we go ahead, we schedule that into our pipeline. Some of our partnerships have been activated kind of outside the ecosystem on a B2B side, and then the B2C side is going to be coming as soon as the app's live. So a lot of the wearable brands, a lot of the kind of newer niche brands that are coming out as well are going to be featured in probably in V2 of the mobile app, which will be rolling out between Q1 and Q2. So yeah, it's super exciting. I think that we're focused on quality over quantity. We could probably go out and create a lot more partners, but we wanted to kind of slow down and nurture the ones we had right now as well.
I certainly agree what you said about in Web3 it's easier to get partnerships or collaborations, but not all of them are really meaningful, right? Some of them are just kind of like very simple, okay, giveaways or AMAs, but not really do especially product integration, right? That's something that I'm also looking for. So thank you for bringing that up, and I will certainly reach out to Virtual Versions official Twitter handle and then send our product stack as well, because we also do AI product and we do metaverse as well, and we also share the same goal, right, to build a metaverse, also avatars like what we seen on the movie, right? Ready Player One. So certainly, we'll continue to reach out to you after this AMA session. Thank you. And of course, Harrison, we know that you were interviewed by Forbes. I'm going to share screen if you don't mind, because a lot of
yeah, for sure.
Yes, a lot of people are very curious about this when I post on Twitter that we are going to interview this Web3 builder, his CEO and founder from Virtual Versions, and he also recently got interviewed by Forbes. And wow, they already read the interview article and they got questions over here. Let me bring my screen up over here. Ta-da! Even though we are looking at the Azuki picture, right? But actually, Harrison looks like a very young entrepreneur, young and experienced. I need to add that. So the question over here for you is that could you please share us, you already mentioned the journey, right? How about your vision for Virtual Versions, and how does the previous experience of yourself and also the team, right? If you can also mention your team's background, the team members from different brands like Microsoft, TikTok, Adidas, and Oculus, right, contribute to the project success. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the line there kind of sums it up. Founder of Unislab sees Meta as his competition. I think that is as pure as it can be. I mean, when I set up this company and had this vision, Meta was still Facebook. People wasn't looking at metaverses. People wasn't looking at virtual worlds, and I was kind of 6 months ahead in seeing that vision, like a lot of us were, right? There was a lot of kind of early people there that kind of envisioned it before it was happening, and the way I wanted to build was as big as Meta, and it still is. I just see that if you can capture the user base, you can really do anything. And for us to be able to capture and engage user base with the avatars allows us to build the social side of kind of a Web3 Meta, the actual virtual experience side, spanning to AR and VR, and that's really been kind of the crusading journey. I think that we are very quick to forget kind of the problems in Web2, and also forget like the benefits of Web3 being such like degens and NFT traders, etc. But there's such a deeper meaning to like the ownership behind the technology, essentially. So the people that are going to win are essentially that make the technology exciting, make the foundation technology, which is really not that interesting at all, but make it interesting to a front-facing consumer and grow a lot bigger than what just the Web3 space is. So I think my journey has always been to we done an interview, me and the original co-founder, about the kind of purest vision of what VV is, and it's just restoring ownership back to the people, restoring power back to the people. In virtual landscapes, we don't own our virtual world; it's very owned by the kind of centralized companies instead. And our vision was always to change that, and it still is. So for us, this has been a how many years now? 3.5, 4 year kind of vision of where the world's going to be, and it's very quickly progressing to that light. It's just putting us as a leader for that. So yeah, it's been a wild ride, a fun journey. We've got a determined team. I mean, myself being an exited founder of kind of the one time already run and exited a business. I think this is now the kind of second front facing one that I plan to do. I plan to do exactly the same. And same with the core team. The people who have kind of worked at Oculus, Microsoft, them kind of guys, more on the tech side, can't officially announce them yet until they're on the board. But they've worked with Oculus, AR and VR on kind of sensitivity sides of controlling the headsets, all the way to kind of social design, infinite scrolls, that kind of stuff as well. So they're a real kind of mixed team of people, but it's a very similar story, right? A lot of people moving away from them companies because they see what's wrong with it and they want to do right. And a lot of them people land in Web3. So I think that we have quite a diverse team now, which is building, still a super lean, small team, but enough to really power ahead and push on. So yeah, all of us are looking forward to, first of all, 1 or 2 weeks break over the Christmas period, and then coming back very, very aggressively in Q1.
That is just amazing. Well, based in the US, myself actually, my younger siblings like just wrap up their Thanksgiving break. It's let me check schedule. Sometimes I forgot. Okay, it's Monday. It's Monday, 8:58 a.m. right now in New York City, and we are here interviewing Harrison, the founder and CEO of Virtual Versions and Eunice over here. And yeah, mentioning that about the break, right? We often joking that Web3 never sleeps. And we don't have breaks. We work 7 days per week, and we don't do any holidays. And just like I didn't have time for Thanksgiving and no any Black Friday shopping, but I just look at my younger siblings. They were free from school and running around everywhere, and I'm like, okay, I'm climbing the Web3 mountain over here. But I feel like I really gained a lot more compared when I was a TikToker and YouTuber in Web2. I really grow a lot more within this short 18 months in Web3. So I really, really like that. And I'm looking forward to Virtual Versions team coming back from the holiday and to charge all yourself right, full energy and then to build. And I can't wait to dig into the new app that Virtual Version will push out in 2024 that everyone could build your virtual AI avatar. And one last question over here to Harrison. Uh, well, the AI avatar, just like you say, right, it will be available to different platform. And can we also use it to make videos and actually make them talk by themselves? Like, for example, a Google Doc, right? And then into audio, like they could just speak by themselves. And I don't have to be there to do AMAs. I could just, put a script to my avatar.
No,
Yeah, she
yeah,
can.
no, I get you. Like, feed it with a script, and then it kind of produces the content. We've been really trying to build that tech. Do you know what? It's not far away. We have voice replication, we have the motion capture. It's now just putting all the pieces together. So yes, it will be soon. How soon? I'm just not sure.
Yeah, sometimes we just don't know how soon, right? Because I still wanted to say like before March this year, right? It's a pre AI era and post AI era, but my life is totally different, and I can't wait one day that there will be 100 or 1,000 Moonlight AI doing AMAs for me.
Yeah, literally, I get that.
Thank you so much, Harrison. It was a pleasure to have you here. And the replay on Binance will be available after a few hours because the cloud, yeah, will take some time to upload it. And I'm going to share this replay to my team really because I want them to watch the complete interview session. And I'm going to tell them, hey, look at virtual versions. They are building a realistic AI that's much better than our version.
Well, look, I'm more than happy for partnerships, more than happy to do stuff. So yeah, no, I'll be excited for that as well. Definitely do that.
Thank you so much. And I want to share my screen again because friends have been reading this article multiple times from watches to avatars, building a Web3 company from the ground up. And everyone, you should read Harrison's journey. It is amazing. And the teams and his vision. Yeah, and this is a project that we definitely need to pay attention to. And yeah, and Harrison, I anticipate like you are going to be a superstar in Web3. So we highly encourage you to go to more AMAs and maybe in the future could do a bilingual AMAs, right? To introduce you and your project to people from over the world in their own languages. Like I could do Mandarin and English AMA and translate back and forth because I did that for mainland a few weeks ago and that was brilliant. So once the product is up next year, welcome you to come back, bring the team back, and we could do a bilingual AMA session to let more people to really understand what virtual version and what Harrison's goal and what you did and what you create for not just Web3, right? But Web2 could also, be benefit from. Thank you so much for being
100%.
here.
Yeah, 100%. No, pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And yeah, feel free to click the Live Still button and come to your day or take a break. Thank you, Harrison. See you around.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. I will send DM to virtual versions and share our deck pretty soon. Thank you. See you next time. And I'm glad that we have over 3,000 live views over here right now. And we are going to play our end session over here. So, yeah, Harrison, would you like to share additional information to us before we end this AMA session on Binance Live? Thank you.
Just an absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me. If you want to learn more, best place is Twitter. All of our links are there as well. Dive into the communities, and you'll probably find me there throughout the day. But yeah, no pleasure. Thank you for this.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And friends, be sure to give them a follow. Once again, I want to share the link tree over here. You can find everything, all the social media platforms of virtual versions, and follow them everywhere. And join the community and start to chat with other members as well as the builders. You are going to be amazed by the project. And don't forget to visit their website because you are going to see a lot more information about what virtual versions have built and also their roadmap. And if you have the opportunity, try to get a white spot, but I know it's very difficult and very competitive because only 555 NFT in this collection. This will be the only collection NFT collection that they push out. Oh my. Okay, I'm going to later. I'm going to check the website. And friends, we are going to play our ending video. Thank you so much all for being here with us during these amazing hours interview with Harrison Lee, founder and CEO of Virtual Versions. Very young entrepreneur with strong, very big vision and ambition to combine AI and Web3 together. I really, really can't wait for Q1 next year because I want to try out their avatar so much. Oh my. Okay, let's play the end video. Okay, Doki, we are back here. Hello, everyone. This is Moonlight. And tomorrow, yes, we are going to interview another very famous figure, both in both Web 2 and Web 3, which is Machi Big Brother. Yes. Okay. And today we interview this very young and talented entrepreneur, Harrison. It's from Virtual Versions. Oh my goodness, friends, you really should watch the replay if you miss it. And Harrison shares screen about how their 3D avatar can capture human motions, right, in real time. That is just amazing. Oh my goodness, I really wanted to own it. Yes, own my personal virtual avatar, and with AI tech, super cool. Okay, we would like to say bye to friends who are watching through the YouTube live over here, and then we are going to do some replays for people who miss the live session.